I know that even though this is a normal part of life and she lived a long, happy 85 years, it's still painful. I have been thinking and replaying in my mind all the memories I've had with her. There have been so many. And I don't even know how to condense everything in a few minutes. I'll just share who she was for me and how I'm going to remember her. My grandma was born during a difficult time. She lost her father at a young age, survived famine and war, the loss of 4 young children, and never-ending health problems. Most of us can't even begin to imagine the horrors that she lived through. That all changed in 1989 when we left the Soviet Union to come to the US. This is where my grandma was able to enjoy the last 32 years of her life. As many of you know, she was unlike your typical Ukrainian grandma. She got her driver's license and began driving just a few years after moving to the US. In fact, she was still driving earlier this year. She had an amazing sense of style. She loved bright colors and patterns. No outfit was complete without several strands of necklaces, large earrings, bright colored scarf, or even a fancy hat. She was always impeccably dressed and always with manicured nails. Just days after being released from the hospital, she was in the nail salon getting her nails done. She was very organized and clean. Everything was always in its place. Her jewelry was laid out neatly in her dresser. Every photograph was in an album with a caption of who, where, and when. Some of the photos had funny comments. There's a photo that we saw the day she died. It's a photo of her driving, and it says, caption, "Первый раз за рулем, какое чудо." Her dream was to become a teacher. That didn't happen, but didn't stop her from learning. She loved to read. Her bookshelves are filled with classic novels, everything from Jane Eyre to Jack London to all the great Russian authors. She also loved to write. She used a typewriter. The day she died, we found a full-type binder of her writings. It was similar to a diary. It's filled with pages and pages of stories from her life, her experiences, wisdom that she gained, heard, and read about. She dedicated it to her kids and grandkids and hoped that we would all benefit from her experiences. The last few months were tough. Her health was declining, and we were all hopeful that it would turn around, as it had many times in the past. But what I want to focus on right now is everything that we have to be thankful for, even in this situation. I'm thankful that we were able to move to the US when we did. She had a full 32 years here. I know she credits that to the care she received from doctors all these years, from her cardiologist of 20 years, to her primary care providers, to all the others that contributed to her being with us. I believe God works through the hands of doctors, and through them, He gave her a long and full life. I'm thankful to be my age and to have had a grandparent. Many people my age aren't as lucky. I'm thankful that I got to live next door to her for the first 4 years of my life. One of her favorite memories to tell me was when I was a toddler and I would run to her door and knock and yell, "Бабусе, открой двери." She reminded me of that regularly. I'm thankful that my entire childhood, teenage and adult years, she was very much involved in my life. In fact, when she was a Sunday school teacher, I was always in her class, even if I was too young or too old for the grade that she taught. She was the only Sunday school teacher that I ever had. She didn't get a chance to be a school teacher, but she spent many years teaching Sunday school at church. I'm thankful for all the memories I have with her. The trips to Wishing Well with my cousins when we were young, and to more recently, regular lunch and coffee dates. My grandma got to experience all the cool restaurants and coffee shops in the area. Her favorite was Mikuni Sushi. I'm thankful that my children got to spend time with her, that they are old enough that they will remember and have some memories of her. I'm so thankful that I brought them to visit her just a week before she died. They saw her, hugged her, and I could see the joy on her face when seeing them. She loved them so much. That day, she was still able to sit up and even took a small walk around her living room. I'm thankful that I got to spend almost every day with her the last week. On Sunday, 2 days before, I walked in and she opened her eyes and said my name. That was the last time she would do that. But even those 2 last days, when she could no longer talk or open her eyes, I know she could hear or sense that we were with her and that she was not alone, not even for a second. I'm thankful for my aunt, who took such amazing care of her. She's the reason Grandma had such a wonderful life. She catered to her every need and desire. I'm thankful for my cousin Ina. She put her life on hold on several occasions, came here to help her mom and care for Grandma. These last couple of days, Ina and I spent days with Grandma while my aunt rested. We got to spend hours and hours together talking and sharing. I will treasure these times. I love you and I'm so thankful for you. I'm also very thankful for my aunt's friend Nadia. I'm not sure, I don't see her. This amazing woman has spent the last 2 weeks caring for our grandma as if she were her own. So we're so thankful for you. I'm thankful that I don't have any regrets. I got to spend so much time with her. My kids got to know and love their great grandma. I got to see her in the last days and was there when she took her last breath. For that, I am grateful. I'm thankful because she gave me my dad. By his actions, I have the greatest example of commitment, work ethic, and self-discipline. I'm thankful for my friends who have been constantly reaching out to see how Grandma was doing and how I've been doing since. They have been calling, sending messages. I've gotten several bouquets of flowers, chocolates, and cookies delivered to my door. Many of them have never even met her. This was such a valuable lesson for me. I also want to be that kind of friend. Just a month ago, our family was gathered at my parents' house. Towards the end of the evening, my daughter Olivia came and climbed into Andre's arms. My Aunt Oksana took a photo of that and showed Grandma. Next time I saw Grandma, she told me that she saw that photo and saw how safe and secure Olivia looked in her father's arms. She said that she couldn't wait for the day that she would be in heaven, wrapped in the arms of Jesus, where she would be comforted and protected. That day came, and that is where she is. I understand that and have faith that she is in a better place, but I will still miss her so much. I will miss her calling me to ask for help filling out an application or asking me to order some creams or supplements on Amazon and then insisting that I take her money, or just calling to make sure we got home safely from a trip. I will miss her saying, I love you very, very much at the end of every call. But most importantly, I'm thankful for the assurance and hope that I have, knowing that this is not the end. She is in a better place, and that one day we will see her again.